Hey fellas, how you doing? It's Johnny. In this video, I never thought I'd be doing this video, I'm gonna talk about how to get a girlfriend and where to get a girlfriend. So let me first start off by talking about where to get a girlfriend. So I've got a lot of questions from my clients. I've got guys emailing me, asking me this question, saying that they can't find a girlfriend, they're having trouble. So I'll go through some of the reasons why you may be having trouble getting a girlfriend. These are really the things that you've sent me emails and I'm just repeating back. So lots of men will say to me, they can't seem to find the right girlfriend, the woman that is attractive enough for them, someone that they can connect with, a girl that they get on with, because they go to nightclubs and they're not interested in a girl that drinks alcohol or interested in meeting a woman in that setting. Another scenario is social circle. Some people have said to me, in their social circle, there's one girl that they like, but they don't know how to ask her out. It's a bit awkward. If the girl says no, turns them down, they're going to be stuck with her. Another scenario is guys will say they don't have any social circle. They find it difficult to make friends because maybe they've got a bit of social anxiety, some shyness, and meeting new people has been difficult. They feel they're confident women, but they don't really get the opportunity to speak to women because they work 9 to 5 in the office or in their job, and there's no girls in their job that they like, or again, they find it difficult to speak, build a relationship in that way with a woman. Another one is obviously the online dating, a route that a lot of men take. Hundreds of thousands of men, or million men all around the world, will tend to go on online dating to look for a girlfriend because that's a logical thing to do, because there's lots of single women on these dating sites, and I understand that. But I'm here to say, I want to go and approach this at a different angle. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, because that can be true. Of course, you can meet women with online dating. You can meet women through your established social circle. You can meet women in a nightclub. But I'm going to say, let's do it my way, because I've got the proof. I've done it in my life. I've taught guys how to do it. I've worked with numerous men and got them into relationships. And I want to share with you. Now, guys, I'm not even going to guarantee you a 100% method. I'm not going to guarantee you a 90% method. I'm not going to guarantee you 80. We're going to lower it. We're going to get realistic, because I teach the truth. I don't teach bullshit or promise you, overpromise you. But what I'm going to share with you has come from 11 years experience. And if you follow it and you really do it, and to be honest, you're probably not going to do it without the help of a professional coach or a wingman, or maybe you will, maybe you will. Maybe that was me being presumptuous, but I'm just speaking the truth here. I want to wake you up and shake you up. You're looking in the wrong places, you're in the wrong frequency, and you're attracting the wrong women. That's why you're not getting a girlfriend. You need to go into my dating platform. It isn't mine, but I'm just saying it's mine. So on the street. Now, if it's the first time you come to my YouTube channel, I understand you're going to think, well, what's he talking about? On the street, that's not appropriate, that's not socially accepted, that's weird. 11 years experience. You're looking at someone that had massive social anxiety. I'll speak about myself first, then what I've done for my students. I'm not doing this to show off. I've had about 4 long-term relationships on the street. That's not included, obviously, when I was playing the field, which I don't do anymore, when I was having casual fun. I've met women from the street since I was since 23 years of age. I'm 32 now. Now, at the moment, myself, I'm not active in, oh, that's not true actually. I have started dating. I've stopped sleeping around with women. I'm sharing my journey with you guys, bear with me. This is actually a real journey I'm sharing about my life, and I'm teaching you at the same time. I'm currently looking for a girlfriend. I want the right woman, and I want to take it very serious. So I'm looking in the places I know that always work for me. So the street is the place you want to go. Now, I want to challenge you for a second, right? I want to challenge you, because if you've never been following my YouTube channel, if you've been following me, you guys know me already. I need no introduction. I'm going to tell you why the street changed my life. It fucking transformed my life. On the street, you've got women of all your choice. And you could never say to me, I don't have time, I'm busy at work. That's bullshit. Because when you finish work, you're on the street. And there's always women on the street. They're coming out of coffee shops, they're coming out of the tube station. They're walking down the high street. They're at bus stops on their phone. They're in parks. Basically, the street is anywhere out in public, outside of nightclubs, or conventional ways of dating, which is online dating and social circle. Secondly, the confidence you get when you approach women on the street is second to none. I'm sorry to say it. A man who does online dating is not going to be as confident as a man who goes out and does street dating. That's the word of it, meet women on the street. It just doesn't happen. I've mentored hundreds of men. I've been around some very good dating coaches. Now, I could be wrong, but it's highly unlikely I'm not. The confidence you get. So, meeting a girlfriend is about, what does it take? You need confidence, right? If you want to meet the right girl, you need to be in the right time, the right place at the right time, with the right mindset, the right attitude, the right confidence. Otherwise, you're not going to have the confidence to attract that woman, or you're not going to meet the right woman. So I'm going to challenge you, and I'm not being horrible or vindictive or aggressive, because I was the same, guys. That's why I've learned this. I made the same mistakes you guys made. What the fuck are you doing in a nightclub, sorry my French, if you don't like alcohol and this is not where you want to look for a girlfriend? It don't make sense. It's like saying, I don't want any violence, and then you walk into a rough neighborhood. Why'd you go in there? You knew it was rough, you knew there was trouble when you walked in there. Don't go to places that you don't enjoy, because it will affect your state. Stay away from them. Otherwise, don't complain, because you'll create that reality. Don't do online dating if you're like me and you're not the best looking guy aesthetically, although I'd argue I'm very attractive. You can disagree. I'm just joking a little bit. I'm not the best looking guy. I know I'm not. Don't do online dating, because of course women are going to go for looks on online dating. What else can they go by? A profile with writing. How can I show my personality like this on an A4 piece of paper? I can't do it. And guess what? I've worked with many good looking men, and they struggle too, because some women these days are sport for choice, as men are. So online dating is too much competition. There's no authenticity. There's no confidence to go on the keyboard. Don't do online dating. Delete your online account now, trust me. Please believe. Now, if it's working for you, don't watch this video, right? But if you feel what I'm saying, as the Americans say, if you feel me, because you know I'm speaking the truth, I'll speak from a place of honesty and congruence and a place of knowing, experiencing this for myself and teaching this every week. Delete your online account. It's ruining your self-esteem. Stop online dating. Stop busy nightclubs. Start coming out on the street. I promise you, it will change your life. So this is someone, now stay with me on this. This is a lot of work, it's worth it. When you go on the street, yes, you're going to be afraid. You're going to have some anxiety. It's very normal. I've been doing this 11 years, and some days when I go out, I feel a little bit trembly, a bit nervous. I say to my clients all the time when I teach them my 6 weeks program, it's normal to feel nervous, but that doesn't mean you're not going to do it. Confident men get nervous, but they manage fear better. So at the moment, you're not managing your fear. You're letting fear keep you trapped in nightclubs that you don't want to be at. Now, so start going out on the street. Watch my YouTube videos. Look at the student transformations, because seeing me do it is great. You may watch me do it and think, well, that's easy for John, he's a professional. Look at my students. One of the guys I work with, Hassan, I worked with him for 6 weeks. He transformed his dating life. He's dating very attractive women from the street. I work with a guy called David, a young guy, transformed his whole social life. So this is getting a girlfriend. It's not just about going online dating in the club, it's about changing your life. To attract the right woman into your life, you've got to become that person. Don't be put off by this, because this is actually quite easy to do once you start it. So go on the street and go up and start approaching women and see what is possible. In 10 seconds, you can create an attraction with a girl and go on a date with her. It could be your girlfriend, and spending hours on online dating getting stressed out. Why aren't girls responding to me, right? Now, that's the place where you meet women. Now I'm going to go further into how to get a girlfriend, how I've done it. I'm going to be very straight with you. The way to get a girlfriend is to go on lots of dates until you meet the right person. That's it. You guys may be thinking, is Johnny trying to patronize me? I'm not trying to patronize you, I'm telling you the truth. It's that simple, but what we do is we make it complicated. How I always get a girlfriend, and I've had 4 long-term meaningful relationships from the street, and I've had a dozen, and I'm not saying this to be a show off or to brag to you, I'm saying it because I come from a place of massive male insecurity, struggling with women, being a 21-year-old virgin with loads of anxiety. I struggled with intimacy with women in the bedroom. I couldn't get an erection sometimes, I was so frightened. I've overcome all that, and now I teach guys how to do it. So you have to go on lots of dates. I'll tell you why. It's very unlikely the first girl you're going to meet is going to be right for you, and you might not be right for her. So we have to play the numbers game with skill. So we're not just going out willy-nilly approaching those women and begging. You're coming from a place of congruence. You're being honest, and you're not being unkind. And in the meantime, you can build friendships with women. It's not just about meeting a woman and going, oh, she's not right for me, she's not going to sleep with me, she's not my girlfriend, get rid of her. Make her a friend. Build a friendship. because that makes you more attractive. Then she'll introduce you maybe to her friend. It will give you that confidence to meet more women. Practice on the street. Get as many phone numbers as you can, naturally, which is what I teach on my other videos. You'd know my philosophy. Set dates up, go on the dates, and start looking for the right woman. Another point is, make sure you know what you want in a woman. Most guys say they want a girlfriend, they don't even know what they want in a girl. I was the same. They say, I want a girlfriend who's attractive, and I'm like, what else? They're like, I'm not sure. That's not clear enough. Women are attracted to men that have got clarity and they are clear on what they like. That in itself is attractive. That is a method. So for example, when you're speaking to a woman, ask her questions on the basis of what you want in a woman. That's why I will say to a woman, what have you been up to today? Because when she tells me what she's been up to, her habits will tell me a little bit more about it. If she says to me, oh, nothing, I'd hate my life, probably not the person I'm going to want to spend the rest of my life. If she says to me, I just came back from an audition. Oh, what do you do? I'm an actor. Oh, wow, I'm interested in that. I'm interested in a woman who's passionate, for example. This is just me. You could be different. I might say to her, what do you like doing? Do you like drinking? Do you like going out? Because I personally, as a girlfriend, I don't want a woman who's an alcoholic or drinks a lot, because I used to drink a lot. I want a girl that maybe she drinks moderately, but she's more of a good girl. So if she says to me, I don't drink, great, that's a tick. That I'm qualifying the girl in a natural way. Another one I'll say to her is, are you single? Simple. Men are afraid to ask women if they're single. What are you afraid of? If the girl says, no, I've got a boyfriend, fine, move on. You didn't do nothing wrong. You tried. It's not failure. So these are great ways. And these are all the things I've done. And this is what always got me in relationships. And next one I'm going to give you is what most men are afraid to do. I forget myself sometimes. Have fun. Men take the dating process too serious. Women don't like when men are too serious. It's boring. It's not very nice to be around. And I know I've got a very serious face when I do this video, because it's a serious topic, but when I'm around the woman, I let myself go, have fun, make jokes, be yourself. You have to show woman your true self, otherwise she's not going to show you her true self. So most guys fuck around, they don't be themselves around women, and then they wonder why they're struggling to get into a relationship. So you have to be yourself around women. You have to have fun, you have to show your humorous side, and then you can show your other qualities. So I'm basically saying, in the process of meeting a woman, do all the right steps, but make the transformation in yourself. I always say to my clients, the best way to attract a woman is to become attractive. The best way to get someone to like you is to like yourself. So this is more of the internal stuff, which is maybe for another video. But this is the process that I've taught, and I've got men into relationships, and it's the same process I'm now in the process of actually doing. I'm looking for a relationship myself. And as we do this video, I've been out today, I'm applying this process. So I'll go over some of those tips, just refine them. Delete your online dating account and don't do online dating for a while. Just trust me. Stop going to loud nightclubs. Forget relying on your social circle if it's not working. Go out on the street, approach attractive women or women that you like. Get your confidence up, get used to it, learn more. Look at my other videos, start getting numbers, go on dates and start filtering out the right woman for you. Now, you might say to me, well, how long is this going to take me, Johnny? Well, how long is it taking you now? You're not doing anything. You're just sitting around waiting for it. The quicker you get started, the quicker it's going to happen. I can't give you a guaranteed date. Nothing's 100%. But all I can say, on my 6 weeks program, and I also occasionally I'll do a 12-week program for selective clients. I work with a good friend of mine, and there's a testimonial that's on YouTube. I'll leave a link so you can see his transformation, so you can see other people are doing it, and there's proof that my clients are getting these results. After 12 weeks of working with me, with my coaching, he got into a full-time relationship with a lovely girl that he was attracted to, and he got on loads of dates on the street through applying this same process. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with, I'm going to give you the method to apply this process. No pickup lines, no bullshit, no dishonesty, no pulling out rabbits out of hats, no routines, no lying to women. It's honesty. Honesty, congruency, and love. If you think, and honesty is the most powerful method. That's what got me laid with loads of attractive women. And I'm not saying this to be a big head or to show off. I'm saying it because I care. I want to help you, but you've got to want to help yourself. And I know it works because I've done this for 11 years and I teach this for 4 years professionally. So you've got to practice being honest. And of course, when most men want to get a girlfriend, they think every girl's got to like you. Not every woman is going to like you, but that's the whole point. You're going to meet the right woman. I hope that helps. All right, enjoy the process and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Looks all right. Tell me, why are you interested in this job?
I need a steady job, Mr. Wiley, with a chance to go places.
I see. Now, this one job you had with the Central Distributing Company. You worked there for 18 months?
Yes, sir.
Why did you leave?
Because I wasn't getting anywhere. After 18 months, I figured I was worth more than they were paying me. And I figured I was ready for promotion to more important work.
I see.
Honest, Mr. Wiley, it was a rotten company. I don't know why I stayed as long as I did.
Tell me, were you fired?
Yes, I was. But it wasn't my fault. The company just up and started firing people. Retrenching, they called it. What do you think of that?
I think it's a pretty normal situation. A business has to live within its income. Many factors affect that income. Sales, general economic conditions, the development of new industries that replace old ones. For these and many other reasons, businesses often go through periods of adjustment and reorganization when they're forced to let people go.
I didn't do anything. Why me?
You said that in 18 months you hadn't gotten anywhere.
That's right. Other fellows who started later were promoted right over my head.
How much warning do you need? Couldn't you see the company valued the other fellow's services above yours?
But I thought I was doing fine. What did I do?
Do you expect me to answer that?
No, sir. I guess you wouldn't know.
Actually, I probably do know better than you do. I have no business taking time for this, but well, I can't help thinking you might really amount to something if you'd set your mind to it. Try to see yourself as your employer saw you. Better still, let me give you a picture of a case I really do know. It's about a young man who came to work in our shipping room here, and another young man. Now, we begin work here at 8:30. That's the time to begin this business of keeping a job. And that's the time Bob Addison began work every day. We could depend on him to be on time and to do his work on time. You might call him an eager beaver. But look at it from the employer's point of view. Wouldn't you like to have Bob working for you? Dependability is one of the main keys to keeping a job and getting ahead. Now, dependability includes a willingness to work. Some of the work in our shipping room is hard work. That's why we've always had two fellows working there. Well, two fellows who were supposed to be working. The other fellow I want to tell you about is Walter, Bob's brother, Bob's twin brother. But the resemblance is only skin deep. Look at Walter from the employer's point of view, and you see how not to keep a job. Look at him from Bob's point of view, and you see how not to get along with your fellow workers. On the other hand, Bob would be popular wherever he worked. You know, he would do his share of the work and help others who needed help. Cooperation is another way to keep a job. Walter finally decides to go to work, but a job he was supposed to do first thing. Actually, he was supposed to run them off the evening before, but he put it off. This is how not to be dependable, how not to cooperate with the company and with your fellow workers in your own and other departments. Poor Walter. Who should come into the shipping room but me? The boss always seems to find out. Walter's manner gave him away. Now, it isn't hard to learn to make good, clean copies on a duplicating machine. And this wasn't the first time I'd had to criticize Walter for making poor copies. And it wasn't the first time he tried to alibi his way out of a situation. The fact was, Walter just couldn't take criticism. Yet how can a man expect to improve on a job if he won't listen to the very people who can help him? Just before closing time, you'll find Bob getting the shipping room ready for the night. And you'll find Walter getting himself ready, so he won't be a second late punching the clock. An employer sees this as a sure sign that a man isn't really interested in his work. I ask you, if you were the employer and had to cut down your staff, which fellow would you keep?
That's not hard to answer. But why didn't you go ahead and fire this, Walter?
Now, don't be too hasty. I'm only telling you about Walter's bad points. He did enough work to hang on to his job. As long as times are good, there'll be jobs for fellows who just barely do enough to get by. But to keep a job when the going gets rough, you need to insure your job. Make yourself so valuable your employer can't let you go. We've talked about dependability and cooperation. Now, another prime quality is initiative. And for once, I have something good to say for Walter. It's not hard to understand why he was unhappy whenever shipments were left just inside the door. The packages had to be hauled all the way across the room for wrapping, then hauled back again when they went out. If you don't like the way things are done, you can spend a lot of time complaining about it. That was Walter's usual way. But this time, he got an idea, and he knew what to do with it. In every company, there's plenty of room for improvement, and the management usually welcomes suggestions from employees. Walter's idea was a practical one, so we adopted it. The company benefits through time saved and less handling of packages. The fellows in the shipping room benefit through having one of their harder jobs made easier. And Walter improved his standing with his employer by his display of initiative. But one good mark isn't enough. One day, not long after, Walter was taking advantage of a lull in the work, and Bob was bringing the shipping records up to date when...
What you got there? Shipment for you. Wise guy. Well, finally. The stuff they've been running in here asking about every hour for the last 3 days. Sign here. That's the way it is in this company. They wait till they've run out of something, and everybody runs around like crazy. No system, and nobody in charge with enough brains to start one. What a way to run a business.
You don't like the company, why do you work for it? Me, I work for a swell outfit. I'm proud of them.
Maybe I'd like to work for them. Could they use me?
What for? A press agent? Yes, Walter found out that nobody thinks very much of a man who talks against the company he works for. And what did Walter gain by making that false statement about his company? Nothing, except trouble for himself if it got back to his employer, which it did.
I guess it's not very different from the way I was talking to you about the place where I used to work.
Well, there's a saying, if the shoe fits.
Oh, the shoe fits all right. You knew it would, didn't you? Yeah, I could see my shortcomings all over the place. Dependability, initiative, cooperation, and loyalty. I could have done a lot better on every count.
You can do better. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Well, Bob, I've got a new assistant for you. Bob Addison, this is Ed Blakesley.
Hi, Ed. Glad to meet you.
Bob's a good man to watch. As soon as he trains somebody to take over here, he's moving up to assistant purchasing manager.
Say, that's great. Mr. Wiley's been telling me about you and your brother.
My brother?
Yeah, your twin brother, Walter.
I had a point to make, so I invented a twin brother for you. You see, in this twin of Bob's, I was really describing Bob's poor conduct on the job when he first came to work here.
Oh, you mean the way I was loafing on the job around here before?
I get it. And then you... Well, if you can... Say, Mr. Wiley, did I ever tell you about my twin brother?